Lovely. So I'm getting you all on board so we can make a start. So give me another thumbs up if you've been over to the website and actually printed off page sketch 1. I've got mine here ready. I keep all mine in one folder. So who's got their page sketch 1? Have we got thumbs up? Christine's joined us. Hi, Christine. Are we going to use these kits that you've got? Hi, Jean. Hi, Catherine. Oh, you're home from work. That's brilliant. Oh, lots of thumbs up and loving it. Right. So this is page sketch 1. Some of you that have joined my scrapbooking class wouldn't have done page sketch 1 because you've come along a lot later. So I thought, while we're all cooped up, let's start at the beginning and let's start with page sketch 1 because it's always good. Chris is here. It's always good to go back and redo these sketches. So this was my original layout that we did for class. Okay, this is it here. So we're going to redo that, but I'm going to use some different papers. So let me pop that to one side, hopefully where it's not going to fall over. So I've gathered together some light cardstock, some dark cardstock. Hi, Carol. Hi, Susan. Hi, Karen Gibb. I've got you all coming on now. Great. Hi, Emma. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the dark cardstock as my background piece. So first off, you need to make sure it measures 12 inches by 12 inches. If I'm going too fast, hi Paula. Paula's from the US. She's logging on to say hello. So if I'm going too fast, just tell me. Just leave me a comment. I've got all the comments coming up in front of me on the iPad so I can keep track of you all. And hopefully you can keep track of me. So I'm just measuring this in. This is the only trouble with filming on a phone. You get a narrow picture. Whereas when I have my other camera, I've got a wide picture. So it's some technology I've been looking into, and I may have to upgrade my phone and my iPad, but we'll look at that. So I've got my dark cardstock is measuring 12 inches by 12 inches. Now, have all of you got some type of trimmer that you can gut like this? Give me thumbs up if you have. Any thumbs up? I know you ladies have got trimmers like this out there that you can gut with. Have we got thumbs up? Yeah, they're coming. This is the strange thing about doing live. The iPad is working slightly behind what I'm filming. Okay, so that's why there's a slight bit of delayed. So I'm thrilled as well. Paula's from the US, and I'm thrilled, Paula, you've been able to join in this afternoon. What's your time over there, Paula, out of interest? Because I'm trying to work out the best timings to do these with. I've had some ladies from the US get in touch, Australia, New Zealand. I'm trying to work out a time that will suit most people. So I'm making sure to start with my cardstock is measuring 12 by 12. If you've got a trimmer like this, on the instructions up here, none of you have done my classes before, it says gut in 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides. So that's where we're going to start. So I'm going to the 3/4 of an inch mark down here. So it's 10 AM there in America then. That's Central Time, right? Okay, I'm getting used to all these time zones, Paula. So we're gutting in 3/4 of an inch. So I've moved my marker up to the 3/4 and I'm going along. And then if you then turn clockwise and do exactly the same, always turning clockwise, what it will do, it will meet up at the end. And if you've got a little bit that doesn't, you can catch up with it all. So now you're all not talking to me, because hopefully you're all cutting paper. Okay, I'm not going to go too fast. I'm going to do it that you can join in with me. So last one. Okay, so that's gutted on all 4 sides. And you see you have that last little bit there that I'm going to nick in with a pair of my scissors. So you should have all got to that stage. Okay, Hi Julie, Julie's joined us as well now. So you've got that and that. Now with your pattern paper, you need to decide which one you want to have at the back and which one you want to have at the front. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the brighter one at the back. I'm using double-sided here. Okay, so put this piece you've gutted out to one side because we're going to use that to mat and layer our... Hi Glynis, I hope you're feeling better now. So get your pattern paper now. I'm going to pop this in the trimmer, and if you look on the plan it says cut 11 inches by 11 inches, then gut in at 2 inches on all 4 sides. Okay, so we're going to do this together. So put your pattern paper in your trimmer at the 11-inch mark. Hoping you can all see. So we're popping that in at the 11-inch mark. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that to 11 inches. Pop this to one side, and then do a quarter turn and do 11 inches again. Okay, and then you'll see that that is then going to fit onto there. All right, so that's the first bit. But now it's said that we then need to gut in 2 inches on all 4 sides. So taking this back in, this time I've got to bring my trimmer over this way. So in at the 2-inch mark, and we're going to take this in 2 inches on all 4 sides. The kit we've used here, the reason I'm gutting and doing this is the paper you're using here, by just adding a little bit more paper, this means we can then do layout 2 on another live. So I'm showing you how you can use your papers and really make them stretch. And with us all being in isolation, it's something we might have to think about doing. Okay, so that's gutted that square out, and I've just pull that there, and that's fine. Okay, so we've got that, and then we've got that. Okay, so I hope you're all keeping up with me. All right, so are we all there? Got some more people joining. Hello, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. It is now, what time are we here in the UK? It's 13 minutes past 4 here in the UK. I've got my cup of tea, because we've got to have a cup of tea in the afternoon here. And you'll be pleased to know that I've just made a batch of scones. My family downstairs eating fresh scones out of the oven. So I'm going to pop that to one side now, and then I'm going to get my other piece of pattern paper, bring my plan in, and my paper says cut to 9.5 by 9.5. So we'll now cut this 9.5 by 9.5. So bring the arm out of my trimmer again, bringing that out across there. So 9.5 by 9.5. Catherine's saying, stop it, your scones are lovely. Yeah. Yes, they are. Well, I'll say it myself, I think they're lovely too. But they're very easy to make. Perhaps I should do a Facebook Live and show you how to make scones. My cheats way of doing scones. Because they are quite quick to make. And mine never get anything put on because they eat them straight from the oven. So perhaps I should. You never know. Right, I'm going to pop my trimmer to one side then for a minute, and I'm going to bring in some inks. Chris says okay now. Is that now? Yes. No, we're doing this first. I'll do scones another day. We'll have a Facebook Live on scones. Now, for the pattern papers I've picked out some inks to match. I'll bring them over here. You can't see them. I've brought out some inks to match, and hopefully you've got some at home the same. But I think I'm going to probably go with the brown one that I've got here. So I'm just going to go around and ink the edges. Okay, so just load up your blending tool and then just brush it round the edge. I don't know whether we've got any new scrapbookers on board or whether you're all seasoned scrapbookers. Well, Marco's saying she's had Mama on toast. It's morning. So what time is it where you are? Are you early morning or is it later? Hi, Sally. Sally's joined us. I keep freezing. Oh, do I? Chris missed the size of the second paper. So that's this paper here, Chris. So if you've got your plan, it's cut it 9.5 by 9.5. Okay, so you can catch up with that, Chris. Susan's new. Susan is going to join our scrapbooking class in May, but she's had to cut her holiday short. So I think you're going to join us for our April virtual class, aren't you, Susan? Mark was saying it's 11 AM, a little after 11 AM. So whereabouts are you if it's 11 AM? Is that in the States? Sounds like it might be. Paula's not having any issues with freezing. Oh, so I'm winging my way all over to the States and you're not getting a freezing issue. Right, Chris, it may be the internet connection your end. I'm not showing anything up here on my iPad. You're getting freezing issues, Susan. Anybody else getting freezing issues? Susan's saying she's getting freezing issues. She says it's a bit nippy here. Well, you've just come back to Australia, so I should think it is a little bit nippy, Susan. And I hear three of the ladies this morning, Anne, Carol and Jean, have had a Facebook Live chat this morning in their craft rooms, which was great. And that is the thing. We might be isolated at home, but just keep connected with each other. Have fun. And I think the best thing about it all personally is we've all got a hobby. So we're fine. So at the moment, I don't feel like I'm in isolation. I'm just in heaven because I'm in the house all the time crafting. So that's inked those two pieces there. And then I'm going to get those stuck down. Now you will notice, if I just flip this over carefully, that you haven't got very much room when we come to stick this down. So you only need a very thin bead of glue. But the nice thing about this layout is because it's laying up nicely like this, if I put this one in as well, when you finish this layout you could quite easily do a layout on the back. So if I just bring my finished one in, that's exactly what I did on here, because you've got all your layers done. So you could quite easily do a layer on the back if you wish. Choice is yours. Okay, but we're going to concentrate on one side today. Okay, ladies. So let's get this glued down. So as I say, you're only going to need a tiny bead of glue. I think I'm going to probably go in with my tacky glue for this. Sally's getting no freezing issues, apart from her fingers in the garden. Yeah, it is a little bit cold out there. My son's out in the garden at the moment doing some chipping for his golf because he's not very happy. He can't get out on the golf course at the moment to practice. So he's not a very happy bunny, but he can practice as and when he can in the garden. Not quite the same. The green grass in our garden isn't quite chipping putting green material, but there we go. It's about getting out and having a little bit of exercise. So have you all been getting out for some exercise and doing a little bit of walking, or have we been playing it safe and staying indoors. Right, so I've got a very thin bead of glue there, and then I can pop that onto the top. I've probably gone a bit overzealous with my glue, but the nice thing about your collal is if you wipe it with your fingers and not a wet cloth, it will rub away like a rubber. Okay, so do not worry. There we go. That's the first one down. And then I'm going to pop my next one down. Okay. So I'm now going to put this one down, but this time I'm going to put a thin bead of glue around the edge of here. Okay. Yeah, Pat said it's a bit chilly, but it's sunny for a change. I must say it is bright for a change. You're right. I decided to move the camera under the window here, and just as I was about to film, the sun came out. Of course, it shines right on my desk, so I've had to put a board up at the window to block it out for the moment while I'm filming, so you get a nice clear picture. And then you're going to pop that again right in the middle. So just take your time to line that up where you want it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's your first bit done. All right. So that didn't take too long, you see. So I'm going to pop this to one side now. Well, actually, I won't pop it to one side now. I'm going to bring in the photographs. Now, I told you to have 4 photographs ready. Okay. But you don't necessarily need to cut them yet, but this is the sort of configuration I'm looking at. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we're going to cut them a piece at a time. Hi Hazel, thank you for joining us. We're doing a bit of scrapbooking live here to keep my ladies going with their scrapbooking class. So I've got my 4 pictures, but the first thing I want you to do, if you look at my page mat, is I've got here the Photomat sizes. So if I look back again at the original, you can see on this one that I've actually double matted and layered each of the photographs. Okay, so when I say Photomat, it's the larger size we're looking at, the darker colour we're going for. So let's start and get our trimmers back out. So I'm going to put all this to one side for a minute to dry. Bring my paper trimmer in and my dark cardstock. Okay, and then the first one is 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. So I'm going to pop that into the 4 1/4 mark of my trimmer. So I'm into the 4 1/4, and I'm going to run that straight away across. Okay, pop that to one side. I'm then going to turn that and do the first one. So the first one needs to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So now put that in at the 5 1/2 mark and bring that down. So that's my first mat done. And then looking at this, I'm going to go, can I get my 4 1/2? Oh, I can. So we've done this one up here. I'm going to come down to this one here now, if you've printed off your page mat, which is 4 1/2 by 4. So if I bring this in, I can cut this at 4 1/2. Okay, 1/4 turn by 4. That's my second one. Are you all keeping up, ladies? Am I going too fast or am I going okay? Just going to have a sip of tea. Hello, Francis. Oh, you got to have a cup of tea in the afternoon. Definitely. That was lovely. So, you've all gone quiet. I've got some thumbs up. Are we keeping up? Yeah, oh, we've got hearts coming up. So you're all keeping up with me. So that's 2 Photomats. Now we're going to cut the other 2. So I'm going to cut at, let's go 3 3/4. Okay, you all with us? Oh, Karen's on Bailey's coffee. I know we're on lockdown, but it's the afternoon for Bailey's. So I'm in at 3 3/4 and I'm going to cut all the way along. Okay, and I'm looking at this one down here. And I'm going to then do a turn and do 4 3/4. Rhonda's just joined. I missed the beginning and I'm doing my best to catch up. Got the background cut, gluing fast. No problem, Rona, sorry. No problem whatsoever. You'll soon catch up with us. But what I'm going to do is after I've done this Facebook Live, I will upload it tonight onto YouTube. So it's there so you can watch it again and again. So you can recreate this layout as many times as you like. Okay. So I've now done that one, and that one. So I now want to do this one. So this is 3.5 by 4. Oh, Chris is going off piece because her photos are different sizes. Well, Chris, you're a seasoned crafter with me. You know what you're doing. I'm going to leave you to go off piece. So I'm going along here at 4 inches. Okay. And then I'm going to do my quarter turn and cut at 3.5. Okay, so that is my 4 Photomats in the dark colour cut. And then you've got all these little scraps, but keep those because we're going to need those for cutting the title. So I just pop those to one side. So that is my dark Photomats. So keep with me now because we're now going to cut the pale colour Photomats. So this is where you're going to go in with your paler cardstock. I've got a cream here. Okay. And then the rule of thumb with when you're doing matting and layering is going 1/4 inch down each time. So I'm going to start up here with this one. So I'm going to go, in fact, I'm going to go at the 4.5 to bring it down so I can do the 2 like I did before. So I'm not going at 4.5, I'm going 4 1/4. So I'll let you get your cream in. Jean, what's Jean? Jean, I've got problems with my gutting. Done it a bit small. I'll view the video. Oh, you don't be annoyed with yourself. You got the plan. And as I say, the video will be up on YouTube tonight so you can catch up there. Have you got a kit where you can grab another piece of paper, Jean, that you could perhaps do? Just a thought. Anyway. Right, so I've got my cream in and I've got this at 4 1/4 inches and I'm going to go all the way along. Right, I'm going to cut this one at 4 1/4. So this one needs to be 3 1/4. This is for the one that's going there. And then this one needs to be 5 1/4. Am I going slow enough? So that's 5 1/4. Keep your little piece there and do a 1/4 turn and then cut this down to 4. Yes, you're right. It's 1/8 inch all the way around, Susan, but if you cut 1/4 inch down on your 2 sides, it makes it your 1/8 inch all the way around. Okay? All right, so you've got 1/8 inch showing, sorry, not 1/4. So that's one there done. And that should be that one there done. Can you see? So that's 2. So we'll do these last 2 here. So I'm going to put my cardstock in again. Move that to one side. And I'm going to pop this in at 3 3/4. Okay, cut, and then I'm going to do a quarter turn and do 3 1/4. There you go. Am I going too fast, Jean? Don't think I'm going too fast, am I, everybody? So I'm now going to go at 4 1/2. Okay, I'm not going too fast, am I? So that's 4 1/2. Give that a turn, and that's going to be 3 1/2. And that's going to go onto there. Okay, so all these little pieces again, I'm going to pop to one side, and then I can bring my photographs in to trim. So I've got all my photographs here where I'm going to pop them. Let's move this all over here to one side. So I'm looking, let's have a look. Let's just lay these on these sheets so you can see where they're going. So I've got my bigger one there, and then that one's going there, and then this one is going here, and that one is going on there. Are we all getting the same type of thing? Yeah? Okay, so you've got your formats and layers. So this is now where you need to look at where you're going to pop your photographs. I'm going to pop that one there. We're going to have that one up there. I'm going to have that one there, and that one on there. So now I need to cut them down to size. So if I move the trimmer over here, you might be able to see what I'm doing, if that's okay. So I've got the top right hand side here. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your measurement down. So if you remember your white or your cream or your lighter colour that you're using is 4 inches, so we need to have that at 3 3/4 inches. So I'm going to take a bit off that side, so 3 3/4. Take that off, and then the length of that needs to be 5 inches, okay, for your photograph. So then I can trim this down to 5 inches. So that gives me my top left, not top right, top left. Sorry everybody, that's going to be the top left. Let me bring this in over here. So that's going to go in up here. Okay. So now I'm going to do this next one on the top row again. So this is top right. So let me move this over again. So this is top right. So this needs to be a 4 inches across by 3 1/2 down. So we need 4 inches across on this one. So I'm going to have to take, we'll take a little bit off there, and I'm going to take a little bit off here. So 4 inches across. And what did I say down? I've forgotten already. Oh, wrong side, Dawn. 3 1/2. So I'm going to take about there. So that's my top right now. Okay, so they're all on there. Okay, I'm taking it, you're all trimming away. I don't want to go too fast, I want you to try and keep up with me. I've got my tea in the slow cooker, so we're absolutely fine for time. Right, so that's my top two. Now I'm looking at this bottom one here, Got a thumbs up. Are we all ready for the next stage? So I'm looking at the bottom one here now. All right. So if we just do a quick measurement, you can double check yourself. This one, you're going down 1/4 of an inch all the time, so you need to cut your photo at 3 inches by 3.5. So 3 inches by 3.5. I think I'm going to do the 3.5 first. And then I need 3 inches, so I'm going to take a chunk off there. Now, is that going to be too? Oh, no, that might work out just about. Oh, look. I think that's going to work out just about right. Yeah, I think I'm okay there. So, can you see how it's all starting to come together? Your mats and layers. So when I do my scrapbook classes, I try and look at a different technique every time we have a kit, every time we have a class, okay? So now we're coming in for the last one, and that's this one down here in the bottom right. Okay, so let's bring that in. You can double check your measurements. It's always good to double check. So this time I'm wanting a photograph that is 4 1/4 across by 3 1/4 deep. So I need 3 1/4 deep. And then we're going in 4 1/4. So I'm going to try and take a bit off each side, because I've got here, this was when we were on holiday in Ireland, and this is the bay where Game of Thrones was filmed. So that's why I've got the board here, and I want to try and have it the board in. So I'm going to take a little bit more off. So I know Chris is doing her photos slightly differently to make them fit, because she's got different size pictures, and that is absolutely fine. And this is it, as the more confidence you get, you will do it. So that is my last photograph there, all done. Okay, so Carol says she's just watching for now and she's going to come back later. Not a problem. Carol, did you print off the page sketch from my website? Just a thought. Or your phone's playing up. But yes, if you print off the sketch from the website, the nice thing is, as you do each bit, you can tick it off with a pencil, and you've always got that as a reference as well, which is good. So trimmer to one side, so we can go in and now glue our photographs together on their mats and layers. That's the next job to do. So I'm just going to use some all-purpose for that. Okay. This is the trouble at the moment with everybody working from home and things. I think the internet is taking a real bashing. I've told all my family they can't go on the internet. You haven't got a printer. Right, Carol, what you can do is, if you go to my website and see the image, you could save the image on your phone or your laptop or an iPad, anything like that, so you've got the image in front of you. It's another way of doing it. Just a thought. I'm not going to put that on there, but I will put it on there for now. But what I'm going to show you is, you know when you trim down your photographs and you have that little white edge, this is again where you can just come in with your ink and just take that white edge off. Okay, just if you want to. Don't have to do it at all. Personal choice. Okay. So that can go on there. I'm not sticking them down to the main page at the moment, because remember, we're going to leave a little space for a journal tag as well. So Laura's joined. Hi Laura. Hope the children are being good. Have you managed to get some time to yourself? I do hope so. I love the way you're doing your toy rotation with being cooped up with the children. I used to do that with my children when they were little. It's like them having fresh toys every time they come down, isn't it? Means you can get a line on that. I used to do it on a Friday night, then on a Saturday morning I could have a line. They'd go in the playroom and play for hours because it was all new. So the things we do to get through. So that's going to go on there as well. So we're just matting and layering our photographs. Right, Susan's asked, do I print my photos off myself? Well, actually, Susan, no, I don't. And I know a lot of the ladies on here don't. And I will share you this information if you don't know, if I can find a wallet. Yeah. So, Susan, this is a company called Free Prints. So if you go onto your iPad or your phone, you download an app called Free Print, and you can have 45 free prints a month, and you just pay for the postage. So for us scrapbookers, it is a lifesaver. I think it's roughly, I did an order last night, I think it's roughly about $3.99 postage for free prints, but the quality of the photographs is absolutely amazing, and I just take advantage of that each month. Even if I don't need pictures, I always print out extras for scrapbooking. So it's called Free Print. When you download the app, you'll have a little blue triangle, Susan, with a butterfly, a white butterfly in the middle of it. Okay, so that is a great app to use. And if you've got a couple of email addresses like I do, you can set up a couple of accounts. So yeah, Laura's saying she uses Free Print and Snapfish. Snapfish are 53 free prints for $3.49, so that's good as well. So there you go, Susan, that's something else you can look into. So that's another one. So yeah, don't pay out for printing, and don't print them out on your computers, because you'll pay so much for your cartridges and stuff. Get them all done free. So that's the way to go, definitely. So I'm on my last photo there. I didn't see what Laura said about the children. Where are we? I'm going to go back. I hope it doesn't do anything silly. So Laura said she used to do it Monday morning, and another evening she's got a... Oh, you've been able to play with your new silhouette. Have you enjoyed it? Laura's got a silhouette now. Oh, I hope you're enjoying it, Laura. I haven't had my silhouette out for ages, I must say. Chris also uses free... Karen also uses free prints. So, have we all got to this stage now, ladies? I'm just going to wait for you. So, give me thumbs up if you've got to this stage. Fingers crossed. Christine's saying, do they deliver to Europe? I haven't got a clue, actually, Christine. All I can say to you is download the app and see if they do. I can't go on any of my devices at the moment because obviously I'm doing this for you. But if not, what I'll do is I'll have a look after the live, and I'll pop in on your comment. I'll leave a message. I'll have a look for you. Okay, so that's one way we can get around that. Okay, so we've got to this stage. We're going to start sticking... Oh, she's loving... Oh, Laura's loving her new silhouette. She can't figure out how to let the children share a room. I think you need to have a door sign, Laura, that says, Mummy's craft space, keep out. I think that's what you're going to need to do. So, we're going to stick these down, but if I go back to my original again, I've left this top one with room to pop a tag. Okay, so I haven't stuck that one flat down. And when I've done this tag, I haven't used ribbon, I've used a strip of paper to actually do the ribbon. Right, Jean's not as far as that. She's just doing a matting and layer. Okay, you'll be okay, Jean. You'll be fine. Because we're going to do a bit of die cutting in a minute, so you'll keep up. No problem at all. So talking about the tag, before we stick these down then, let's do a quick tag. Now, many of you I know have already got this, which is the Stampin' Up Tag Punch. Okay, it's great. It makes that lovely tag punch on there. If I bring out my tag, it makes one of those. So if you've got a tag punch like that, please use it, because we buy these things and I want you to use them. If you haven't got one of these, Jenny, she might be on here at the moment. She's the Stampin' Up sales lady. She'll be able to point you in the right direction. But it's a lovely piece of kit. It's something I've used lots and lots, and I know many of you ladies have as well, haven't you? Because it's something that's always great for tags, journaling. Use it with your card making, use it for putting gift tags on parcels. So it is something you'll use a lot of the time. Now, if I remember correctly, I think the measurement of the mouth of this is, it's just 2 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to do, out of my cream card, I'm just going to cut a 2-inch strip. Okay, I'm going to take that wording off the top there as well. Okay, so I've just cut myself a 2-inch strip there, and then pop that in to make your tag. Okay, so that makes your tag. Now, if you don't have one of these, please don't panic. So let's look at how else you can do one. So let me cut a 2-inch piece, and say I don't have a fancy punch, because I know there'll be some people out there that haven't, and that is absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is put my 2-inch strip now back in my trimmer, and I'm going up 1/2 inch. I'm just going to do a little nick, tiny little nick on one side. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, and then the 2 nicks there, I'm going to pop that in the middle so I've got a central point. So I'm just literally marking it. I've just marked it with my blade, just so I've got a point of reference. And then with a pair of scissors, what you can do is you can go diagonal, and then diagonal, and then you can just get a hole punch. And if you don't have a fancy crafting hole punch, you can use a hole punch you use in the office, just to pop a hole in there. Okay, so no problem at all if you don't have a fancy tag punch. Okay, so while I'm at this stage trimming as well, and fingers crossed Jean's, she's trimming away there, catching up with us. Over here I've got some of my dark cardstock. Now I've got all strips here, so you see quite easily I can use probably that piece there, see, that I've just trimmed off. That's going to fit perfectly, so I don't even need to cut any. So I'm going to ink the edges again. Are you still keeping up with me, ladies? You've all gone quiet. I take it it's because you're all busy beavering away, trimming and gluing. Okay, so I've just inked my edges there for my little journaling tag. Then I've got my strip of paper. I'm going to pop that through, and if you put it at an angle like that, and then I'm just going to put a tiny little blob of glue on there. That's far too much, Dawn, didn't need that much. And I'm going to put a tiny little blob of that on the back side of there as well. So I'm using the paper instead of my ribbon, and that will stick. And then just with a pair of scissors, do a couple of little angles there, and you've got your tag all nicely ready. Okay, So I think we're now ready to start sticking our Photomats down. All right. So let's stick those down. I'm moving everything else out of the way. So this one, remember, you're keeping to put as a journal tag. So I'm going to start off at the top here. And I'm going to stick this one down flat. Okay, so I'm just going in with my glue. Remember, when you're adding your glue, when you put it down, it's going to flatten out. Okay, so just remember that. So I'm going to pop one about there. Okay, and then I'm going to start overlapping these to build them up. So this one is going to come in about here. I'm going to probably bring that down about there. But remember, I need to have space to make this into a pocket. So I'm having this one flat as well. Okay, take that out of the way. So I'm going to overlap this. And I know some people don't like overlapping photos, but it does work quite nicely. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so that tag is then going to go in the top there. I'm trying not to push it down too much because my glue's wet, remember. And then I'm going to bring this one in about there. But normally I would put that over there, but I'm going to not be able to see my wording. Let me square this up a little bit so you can see. I'm going to miss my wording. So what I'm going to have to do on mine is to swap it over like that. Can you see? Okay, so this one's going to have to go on next. So again, round 3 ways. And bring that in about there. And then that can come in. I'm going to bring it over there actually like that. Okay, so you've got that nice layered effect and they're all slightly overlapping. And don't be afraid to do that with photographs. I know some people like to have the photograph all flat so you can see everything, but it adds a little bit more interest. And of course I've got all the information there about where we were. So I've just got to add my dates and a bit of journaling on there and I've got everything I need. So just going to glue that onto there as well. So that's my photographs now down. So it's now just a point of doing a title and a bit of embellishment. Now obviously when we did our original one you had stuff in your kits. So here, if I bring the original back in, we had wooden like wooden tiles, these are, okay, which we inked and we've stamped on these, and we had a gem in our kit. But this is where you can use what you've got at home, and you don't have to add everything. Don't throw the kitchen sink at a layout. Sometimes less is more. So I'm thinking on this one, now I've just got a few of you. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on with the end of the video, because as I said, I will be uploading this to YouTube after I've finished tonight. So it'll be over there as well. Okay. So YouTube I've got, tonight, so it'll be over there. So I've got you there. I'm just checking out on here. Right. So I've got a few of you back on. I've lost a lot of you, unfortunately. So we'll carry on with the layout. So we stack our photographs now, and I've chosen stars to cut out for my embellishment. So I'm going to cut 2 each of my 3 sizes. So I'm just going to use my little mini Gemini for that, because it's just handy size to use. So I'm going to pop my cardstock in, and I'm going to use cream, and I'm going to show you a technique you can do on this just to add a little bit more interest. Oh, you went off Facebook and re-logged in, Chris. Oh, Anne's back. So I'm not quite sure what happens. You put your pictures on and you've run out of Kal-El, Karen. Oh, that's not very good, is it? You'll definitely have to order some more after this, because fingers crossed we can do a bit more scrapbooking after today. So I'm starting to do my embellishment. So as I say, I'm going to die cut two each of the 3 sizes of my stars. So let me trim another little piece of my cream. I've gone for the cream. You can do your embellishments out whatever colour you like, but I've chosen cream. I've got Glynis back, I've got Julie back, I've got Joanne's joined. Hi Joanne. Don't worry that you've missed it. I'm going to upload this onto YouTube tonight. So if you fancy joining in on YouTube and making the scrapbook layout, you can. The video will be there to watch again and again and again. You'll probably be all sick of me by then, but hey ho. So I'm going to just trim these up. Have we all got to the same stage I'm at now? Are you all at the trimming your embellishment stage? Susan's back. Hi Susan, you can hear me now. Yes, got thumbs up, you can hear me. Right, I've got 2 of that. I need another one of that size. Margaret's here. You can all hear me. I've got thumbs up going across the screen. Fantastic. That's what I need. I need you to be able to hear me. So I'm cutting my embellishments out. Wendy's joined us again. Sorry, Wendy, I don't know what happened there with the volume. Technical hitch. I've got Lauren in here helping to sort me out, but she thinks it could be because it's hit 5 o'clock. And of course, normally at 5 o'clock, the internet goes mad because everyone goes on it. But saying that, a lot of people aren't at work, so I don't quite know why. But anyway. Now, that was another thing I was going to talk to you ladies about, was timing. Obviously, I picked this time to help out with the ladies in Australia, New Zealand and the States. I know the ladies in the States have joined on board, but the lady from New Zealand and Australia haven't. So I am thinking about timings. Right, Glynis is asking which cutter this is. This is the little Gemini Mini cutter. So like the Gemini, it's got steel rollers in, so it's a sturdy piece of kit, but you just have these little folders to actually die cut with. It's a nice piece of kit and perfect when you're just doing little elements like this, because you haven't got to get the big machine out. The other super cute thing about it is it comes in, or you can buy extra obviously, this little storage bag. So you can buy this. I'm thinking of getting one of these for my makeup actually. So you can pop your machine in there. That velcros out if you don't want. If you've got little pockets, you can put a pokey tool in there, a pair of scissors, and then you've got a pocket in the back there to put your spare plates. The nice thing about it is those plates, I think you can buy a pack of 3 for $4.99, but they last again and again and again, because a bit like the dime press, you just keep turning them over and keep using them, and don't worry that they're bended. Don't worry that you've got bowed like that. That's absolutely fine. So you can just keep using them again and again and again. Okay, so let me show you a little technique we can do with our stars now that we've done them. So first thing I'm going to do is to ink the edges. So I've got a few more of you joining back in again now. So I'm just going to ink the edges. I've cut mine at the lighter colour. And what was saying about timings for the video, ladies? Yes. So I know for some of you, this sort of time of day is not brilliant because you're wanting to prepare the family's tea. I'm looking at, you know, if I do this type of thing on a Wednesday, what time might suit best. I'm thinking mornings may suit more of you ladies over here in the UK. You know, probably about 11, 12 o'clock, that sort of time. But in your comments at the end of the video or private message me, let me know what sort of times you think might work quite well, and then I can have a look at it and see if I can fit it in so we can make it as a regular slot. It's just a thought, because there's lots of people that can't get to classes, and it's quite a nice way to share some crafty fun, share the love, so to say. And I think at the moment we all need to have a little bit of time that we can do something different and switch off. And I must say, I don't know about you, but I'm quite enjoying I'm talking to you girls on the screen. I'm talking to myself, really. Talking to you ladies on the screen. But it's quite nice for me just to forget about everything that's going on. So, Wendy's saying she lost me in the beginning. They're both working. Right, don't worry about it, Wendy. As I say, it will be on my YouTube channel. After this, I'll get it uploaded up to my YouTube channel. So you'll be able to watch me over on there and it will stay there. Okay, so that'll be on my channel. So you can watch it as many times as you like. But it's nice that you're back with me and you can join in a bit of chat if nothing else. Now, these are nice and they do look quite plain, but we can make them look a little bit different. And I've got various different stamps that I could put over them. But I was also thinking about stamping in a different way. Now, I've got a nice, I don't know whether that's picking it up, this nice flower stamp here. Okay, it's like a hydrangea. But I like that flowery top on there, and I think it fits in quite nice with the flowers on the background. So actually, I'm going to go, have I got a quick dry in a brown? I'm just looking at my, it's all right, I'm not on the gin, girls. No, I haven't got that colour. I was looking to see if I've got a quick dry. Well, I've got it in the opaque. Let's try the opaque. Right. So rather than stamping in my watery active, because it will go a little bit bobbly, I'm going to take this off. So this is another way that perhaps after the video you could have a look at your stamps in a different way, because you might find you've got some different stamps that you wouldn't even think of using on something like this. If I can get this off, look, it's so well stuck on here, it will come off. So, but you know me, I like to look at stamps and things in a different way and how I can use them, and hopefully I can share a few ideas like that with you. Oh, Karen's happy to fit in and around. That's great, thank you, Karen. And at the end of the day, if I'm doing a live and you aren't around, if you're busy, please don't worry, because as I say, it will be up on YouTube for you to watch again and again. It is nice to come in on a live. I think especially at the moment for a lot of our crafty friends that are on their own and can't get out the house and they don't live with their families or anything. So I'm wanting to use this bit of flower up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my stamping platform in as well. And I'm going in with the brown again. So this is what I'm going to do with mine. This is where you can have a play. You could pop them through your embossing folder. You know, this is the nice thing about this. But what I want to show you is, let's try it on the big one. So this time I'm going to use the opaque ink, because it'll give a bit of a crisper colour. And I'm just literally using that head of the flower. I'm not using anything else. So look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? I say, well, I like that. What do you think, ladies? Am I getting a thumbs up or am I getting a thumbs down? What do you reckon? Are we liking this idea? Are we going to have a look at our stamps a little bit differently? No, you've all gone quiet. Oh, what we thinking, ladies? Are we quite liking that idea of using a flower stamp to put some pattern onto your stars or whatever shape you've done? Let me know what shape you've die cut out for your little embellishments. Oh, I'm getting some thumbs up. I'm liking this. Now this, you see, I probably wouldn't have ever used this because it's a little bit small, but I'm liking this idea. I think that looks quite cool. Oh look, and I'm just going to try and get that tiny little last flower there. See, it doesn't matter if it overlaps. It just takes that little bit of colour. So if I pop them up here, you can see the difference. Look at that to that. Doesn't it look so different? I think that works really well. Can I hold it nearer the camera, Chris asked? Yes, of course I can. So let me, don't look at my mucky hands. Is that showing? Can you see that, Chris? I think it should be coming through now. Oh, no, there. Can you see that? And that's just a tiny little flower stamp with all that detail that I probably wouldn't have used. But look at the difference between the two. It just looks totally different, doesn't it? It just takes that colour off. So I hope we're liking that idea. I'm liking that idea. Yeah, we've got thumbs coming across. Brilliant, ladies. So I'm going to put those two little ones together. Oh, it looks better. It does look better close up. You're right. That's, you see, when I do my filming for YouTube and I use my big video camera, I can do things like this. But when I've just got the phone, it's not as easy for me to share with you close up. Let me show you there. Claire's joined us. Claire, if you've missed it and you want to join in, not a problem. You can pop over to YouTube later tonight and the video will be there for you to watch anytime you like. But yes, I think, ladies, I think that's a fantastic look, don't you, with those stars like that? Yep, Margaret's liking that as well. Yes, I think we're liking this. I think you're going to look at your stamps in a different way. Definitely. You could do different colours. You could do a mix of colours. You could do a little bit of stamping, and if you wanted, I could bring in some watercolour or pencils to match in with my papers. You know, I could really go to town, but we could do that another time. So, let me see if I can get that last little bit with the ink I've got left there. Oh yes, we can. I like that look. Totally different. Now that stamp I probably would have put in the sale we're going to have, but I don't think it's going to go in that sale now because I'm going to keep it because I like that idea. So there's my little stars all done. Should I just hold them up to the camera on my messy mat just so you can see? I'm just trying to see if you've got them in shot there. So this is the embellishments. You can choose what you like. So what we're thinking of that then? Beautiful, isn't it? So Claire's going to join the video later. That's absolutely great, Claire. So I'm going to attach these now. And I'm thinking I'm going to go probably there. And up here. Across like that. I think that's looking good. I've got you all set of my central now, moved over a bit. So I'm going to stick those in place. So I'm just using a bit of the tacky because I'm going over the photographs. And don't be afraid to overlap your photographs. Okay. Oh, Karen got a thumbs up. What do you think about that stamping idea, Karen? Do you quite like that? I thought it was quite cool. I had it in my mind, but I hadn't tried it until I was live. Bit bad, isn't it? But never mind. Right, and I'm going to bring that one there. So they're a bit more clustered, I think. But as I say, like embellishments, don't always think you've got to go and buy embellishments. I'm sure lots of you have got stacks and stacks of dies, ribbon, cord, but you can do quite a lot just with dies. You don't need to have, you know, expensive embellishments. So I think that looks fine there. And then all I'm wanting is a title on here, and I picked a title out and I put it somewhere so safe that I can't find it. Where did it go? Let me find the one over here. We'll have this one. That was small. I didn't want small. I wanted family. Right, I've picked a title that says family, and I've got one open somewhere really safe. So safe. I can't find it. So we'll cut open another one. So this is, these are from Crafter's Companion. So you get your die word and your little words. And the ladies that do my scrapbooking class on in a workshop, you'd have had the smile version of this in your kit this month I sent to you. Okay, so these are quite nice words, and the good thing about them as well is I've actually used them and die cut funky foam out of them. So you can die cut funky foam out of them as well. So I'm going to die cut this again in a bit of this cream to finish off. We're nearly there, ladies. I know we had a technical hitch in the middle of it, but I do hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I've enjoyed it. So I think I've had fun. So I'm going to bring my little machine in again, and I'm going to die cut that. And I'm thinking also might do it out of the darker cardstock as well. Oh, Karen said she's just using an embossing folder and and inking over it. That's a good way of doing it. So that's, you see, this is it. You've got all these things in your crafty stash, ladies. So while we are all cooped up at home, just look at what you've got in a different way. So that is the word die cut out. I think you will agree with me, it looks absolutely stunning. So that can go on there, and I'm going to die cut it out of the dark cardstock as well. So I'm going to do a double, like a drop shadow. Should be able to just fit it on there. So I'm going to pop that in there. That's it. So move my machine to one side a moment. So we're on the last little bit about putting our title on. Okay. Oh, now where's my little tittle gone? That's called a tittle, ladies, in case you didn't know. I've got my white one there, and I'm going to put my rusty colour one there as well. So that is the words from there. I'll bring them to class and we'll use them again another time. We'll do some out of funky foam with them. Now I'm wondering whether to go dark onto light or light onto dark. What are we thinking, ladies? I'm thinking light onto dark, actually. So we'll go light onto dark. So I find the best way of doing this, I'm afraid, is on the back of my hand. So dabbing that on. Oh, we've got another Wendy joined us. Hi, Wendy. So I'm just going to dab that on, and then I'm not going to do it onto my page. I'm going to bring it onto the mat, and I'm just going to do what's called a drop shadow, which I know a lot of you have already done in the past. So it's giving the illusion that it's raised off the page, but it's not. Great way to do if you're sending cards, because it looks 3D, but it's not. Okay, so that's on there fine. Doesn't that look lovely? Look. So, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the back of my hand while the glue's still wet. So I can stick that onto the page. So that is my journal tag. So this is going to come about here. Now, if you don't want a title like that, I know a lot of you have got the die cut letters at home because you've used them in class. So you can add whatever title you like. And please, please, ladies, at the end of the class, will you share your finished layouts over on my Facebook page? Because I'd love to see what you've made. And then I'm just going to pop my tittle on. So I'm going to put the dark piece on first. And then, oh yeah, I'll get a little bit of glue. I'm scraping it off the back of my hand. Sorry, you're looking at my old hands. And I'm going to pick up the pale colour one. Oh, pop on the top. Could always put a gem or something like that there if you didn't want to. So, we're done. We've made our scrapbook layout. I hope you can see it all in situ there. I'm just moving it across so everybody can see it all finished. So a really quick scrapbook layout, okay, to do. If we hadn't have had my little technical hitch in the middle of it, I think we'd have been done in about an hour. Okay, if you've just watched this time and wanted to join in with the chat, that's absolutely fine. That's what this is all about. This is about getting together, forgetting what's going on in the world and having a bit of crafty fun. Okay, so I'm hoping you're enjoying this. If you'd like to see me do another one, please let me know. Leave a comment below, message me, let me know what you think. So this was the one that I did in a class originally. And this was the page sketch that you can download with the link I left yesterday on my Facebook page. So you got the sketch there. Okay. And this is the one we've made this afternoon. So this is my Dawn's Inspiration page sketch #1. Okay. If you'd like to do this again, please let me know. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you have too. And the thing is, you don't need to use masses and masses of supplies. This is what this is all about, but it's about learning different techniques. This one was about the matting and layering and the gutting. But I think you will agree, the little technique with the decoration of the stars, I think has gone down well. Susan's saying hip hip hooray. Thank you very much, ladies. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed it. I have too. I'm sending lots of love and a big crafty hug your way. Okay. Julie's saying she wants more, please. That is fantastic. I'd love to do more for you. Now, you're going to have to let me know. Do you want to have one a week? Do you want to have one a month? You choose. I'm thinking for something like this, a Wednesday's quite a good day for me. I think we might try a morning. I think we'll go for Wednesday morning next time. So like my Facebook page, Dawn's Inspiration, so you don't miss out on anything again. Margaret's saying again, please. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to upload the videos to my YouTube channel. So for those of you who've just joined in with the chat, you can then join in and make the class. And please, please share your layouts over on my Facebook page, because I would just love to see what you've created. I know they're going to all look totally different because you're going to have all used different papers, different embellishments, different photographs. So I'm Dawn McPhee from Dawn's Inspirations. If you haven't liked my Dawn's Inspirations Facebook page, please do, then you won't miss out on anything. If you haven't subscribed to my Dawn's Inspirations YouTube channel, please pop over there and press the subscribe button. Then you're never going to miss out any time I load a video up there. So thank you very much, and I will look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye for now.